Sometimes rappers go after their enemies, and we're starting off with DaBaby. Back in 2019, DaBaby got into a situation with rapper Cam Coldheart at the mall. DaBaby was just minding his own business shopping at the Louis Vuitton store when underground. Rapper Cam Coldheart ran up on him looking for attention. He started recording DaBaby and tried to confront him.
That DaBaby in here talking some. He walking up on me like he about to do something. What you don't do? What you taking your off for?
DaBaby tried to ignore him, but Cam wouldn't calm down. Eventually, DaBaby pulled out his phone and started recording. Cam calling him scary and crazy, saying he was acting like the police.
Get away! The police get away! So scared, boy. Ooh, I should make him go fire. Don't be scared. Get away!
Not long after they started going back and forth, Cam swung at DaBaby. He missed. Then DaBaby hit back and got physical with Cam. Even though the fight wasn't fully caught on camera, everyone could tell DaBaby came out on top right after dropping. Cam DaBaby recorded a video of him lying on the ground, and it was clear he got beat up pretty bad shortly after the fight. Cam went live on Instagram and claimed DaBaby didn't do it alone, said DaBaby's security jumped in and helped.
Look like you need to get some new security. You know, it could hit harder. You saw. Don't jump, I'm dolo, I got on me and all type.
Cam wasn't done yet. He even went back to the Louis Vuitton store where it all happened and asked the security guards if he had been jumped.
Security, another black man. How many people jumped on me in here in Louis Vuitton? How many people jumped on me? A big one and a smaller one, right?
Yeah.
We in Louis. Why security got to lie? Everybody think on one-on-one. 2 people jumped on Coldheart.
But things only got crazier because what Kanye West did was even worse in early 2022. Kanye was going through a rough time. First, he found out his ex-wife was dating Pete Davidson. Not long after that, he allegedly hit someone who asked him for an autograph in downtown LA. The incident reportedly happened around 3 a.m. outside the Soho warehouse. A video released by TMZ shows Kanye yelling at his staff while a man is lying on the ground. People close to the situation said Kanye had just left a late-night studio session and was already in a bad mood when he got there in the video. Kanye is seen yelling at 2 women who said they were trying to calm him down. One of the women can be heard saying,
"Give me your hand."
Hey man, I'm protecting us now.
No, get away from me.
I'm protecting us now.
Give me your hand. I am your family. I am your family. Give me your hand.
The version recording the video was confused on why Kanye had just dropped the dude.
Why did he just do that? What is wrong with him?
Witnesses said Kanye was talking to a small group of people and asked them not to take any photos because they didn't know what he was going through. One person replied saying it was okay and that everyone deals with family problems, but right. After that, Kanye punched the guy twice. Shortly after the incident, Kanye went on Hollywood Unlocked and explained his side of the story.
So as far as the paparazzi go, right, wasn't a fan, so last night. So it's 3 a.m. in front of the warehouse. And this dude he just had this like real attitude, like, what you gonna do, and this and that. I'm gonna just tell you that blue COVID mask didn't stop that knockout. You know what I'm saying?
It probably wasn't the smartest move for Kanye to admit what he did, but speaking of going through tough times, some of YoungBoy's fans are tube-costs of how he treated them. Back in 2017, YoungBoy was celebrating his 18th birthday at a club. It's not exactly clear what happened, but a video surfaced online showing YoungBoy attacking someone. You can hear the DJ in the background trying to calm him down as he charges at the guy. The video cuts off before we see how it ended. Then in 2018, YoungBoy had another incident during a performance in South Carolina. A video shows him performing his song War With Us with fans crowded around him. In the middle of the show, someone jumped up and touched him. Many say it was one of his ops. YoungBoy took off his chain, and either that same guy or someone else tried to snatch it out of his hand. Without thinking twice, YoungBoy punched the guy in the mouth. Then a few seconds later, he held the chain in the air and kept performing, daring anyone else to try him. A few weeks later, YoungBoy let one of his boys borrow a chain for another show in Greensboro, North Carolina, but during the performance, YoungBoy suddenly stopped the show and told the crowd he was mad because someone had stolen the chain from his homie.
You see that chain you just took out my partner neck? Hey, that chain you just took out my partner neck, that ain't his chain. That's my chain. I ain't really tripping on shit. I got too much money.
He was so angry, he even threatened to hit a female fan who got on stage after he stopped performing. But now, let's move on to the times King Von put hands on his ops. Back in 2012, King Von and Chicago gang member Key were deep in a serious beef. They both wanted to get each other badly. That day finally came on September 25, 2012. Key had taken the train to go somewhere, and while she was riding it, she ran into King Vanoni of her main enemies. As soon as they saw each other, it was on sight. Von punched Key in the face multiple times and beat her up badly. A few hours later, after Von got home, he went on Twitter and explained what happened. He tweeted, "Opdyke got whooped on the train lacking." Key also acknowledged the fight in tweet saying, "My arm, my ear, and I got a bruise on my face." She followed up with another tweet saying, "Yeah, I got a bruise on my face, but I'm not tripping." That 40 cal gun put a hole in that Opps' face. But that wasn't the only time King Von got into a fight with one of his enemies. He also had a physical altercation with FBG. Wooski in front of O'Block Wooski was walking down King Drive while some O'Block members were standing outside since the police were nearby. No one wanted to start shooting because they knew they'd get arrested instantly. So instead of gunfire, Von and Wooski walked up to each other and started throwing hands. Other O'Block members joined in, and eventually the police had to step in and break it up. King Von even talked about the situation during an Instagram live when a troll brought up Wooski's name in the comments.
This say she love Wooski. We don't even know no more Wooski. It's slow. Hey, Wooski ain't tell y'all I beat his ass one day. He ain't tell y'all that. He too dumb to even remember. I punched his ass up.
But Wooski said differently in an interview with Cam. Capone news because he claims he was whooping King Vine when asked about the situation.
When Von got in a fight in front of O-Block, and I wanted to get your side of that story.
They was standing right there, and the police pulled up, and they thought they was just gonna stand right there. We got the whooping their ass.
They had the fight on video, but after the interview dropped, a lot of O'Block members said Wooski was lying and didn't actually beat up Von Schubach's baby, even said, "On the guys they got touched bad that day." Another member also commented on the interview saying, "On the guys he can't fight through a brick." Quick reminder to subscribe before we move on. Now let's talk about XXXTentacion. His life was full of ups and downs before he passed, and one of those moments happened. At a show when he hit a fan in the face on July 16, 2017, X was performing in Salt Lake City during his revenge tour, and things got wild. He went into the crowd to connect with fans, but before jumping in, he warned everyone not to touch him. Once got in the crowd, a fan grabbed him by the chest. X instantly reacted and punched the guy in the face after the incident. X went back on stage and actually apologized to the fan. He even invited him to join him on stage for the rest of the show. But the next situation was way more serious. In 2017, X was in a heated beef with Drake, and a few other rapper things almost got physical at the time. X was already blowing up, especially with his hit song Look at Me in February 2017. Drake was on tour and previewed a new song during a show in Amsterdam. That song was later released as KMT on his More Life project. Fans quickly noticed that Drake's flow on KMT sounded a lot like X's flow on Look at Me. X's fans started calling Drake out for stealing X's style. A few weeks later, Drake responded in an interview denying that he copied X's flow though. He admitted the first few lines sounded a little similar. X didn't believe him at all, and he went on Instagram to diss Drake.
Those scumbags, these indie sucking are scumbags. They're in it for the money, they in it, bro. They not, bro. That studio.
X also tweeted saying Drake's career is almost over. He better start investing in real estate because once it's done, he's really gonna see who's fake. He followed up with several more tweets dissing Drake and even talked about it. In a radio interview, Drake never publicly responded to X's shots, but his close friend Offset did, and that's when things took a turn. Offset went live and played a clip from an interview where X was dissing Drake after listening. Offset said, "You silly," and started going off not long after. Offset also called out X and several other rappers for wearing upside-down crosses. He went live on Instagram and said, "Oh yeah," and that's when the tension really started heating up.
Went upside-down cross. Even my little partners, man. Stop that shit, boy. You look lame. All that worship the devil shit. You with God, man.
A bunch of rappers who wear the upside-down cross clapped back at Offset for what he said. Then X jumped in to defend those rappers and took shots at the Migos as well.
Man, tell the Offset, get off, man. You know your for, man. Yo, man, always on somebody, man. Offset.
Then, the beef peaked in November 2017 after the Migos allegedly caught X lacking and jumped him in, except on social media, and let all his fans know he got jumped by the Migos outside. His hotel, his face was pretty bruised up, and he posted several videos going off on them.
He goes straight up. Look at this. Y'all had the chance to me. How you had fine ain't me.
X also posted a video that allegedly showed Takeoff running away from him. He doubled down on the disrespect by taking shots at Cardi B. 2, he posted a picture of her on Instagram with the caption, "Just letting you know, bae, I don't got no pressure with you. I bump Bodak Orange. When I shower, I love you." X kept going at the Migos on social media for several days. He even challenged Offset to a boxing match and said that if Offset didn't accept it meant he was scared eventually. It was revealed that Takeoff wasn't actually involved in the situation, and neither were any of the official Migos members, the guys who jumped. X just had a similar look and were wearing Migos-style merch and chains. Still, many fans believe that the real Migos had sent them to handle X, but the Migos stayed quiet the entire time and never confirmed or denied any of the rumors. Now let's move on to the situation between Foolio and Lil Papa before either of them blew up fans on social. Media were comparing the two. Foolio responded to the comparisons by saying he was better. Things got serious and the two rappers ended up getting into it inside a Foot Locker. Foolio told a few different versions of what happened, but in a 2021 interview with Say Cheese TV, he said the fight started because Lil Papa kept sneak dissing him in his song.
Another shocking thing you mentioned in the record was Lil Papa. What's the history with you and him?
We got him, we fought, I beat it. I had beat it in the mall and shit. Me and my little cousin Coach had beat it in the mall and shit. That just was that.
Then a couple of weeks later, Foolio told Cam Component News that Papa saw him at the mall and started being disrespectful.
I'm in the men's Foot Locker, and Papa was like pointed at me as I'm walking out the men's Foot Locker. He pointed at me. He was like, "Man, it's him, man. He too disrespectful, yada yada yada." He was like, he said some shit, and I was like, "Man, y'all know what's on, man. Dead for real."
There's a little bit of footage from the incident, and you can see Foolio and his crew on the ground tussling with Papa and the guy he was with. A few years later, Foolio allegedly pulled up to one of Lil Papa's shows in Jacksonville to confront him about everything, but Papa refused to come outside and face him. After that, the beef started to die down since. Foolio made it clear he didn't want things to go too far, but things definitely did go too far between Quando Rondo and Lil Durk. So click here to check out Lil Durk's most disrespectful moments.